So I've cleansed my face, it's all dry, and I've really pushed my hair back so it's not in my face. And I'm just going to go through my little routine and what I use and why. And I do sort of every 6 months sometimes change what serum I'm using. Occasionally I change what moisturiser I'm using. But since Christmas I have been trying this. Now I don't know how to pronounce it, I'm dyslexic, and I read it how I read it, and it's probably pronounced completely wrong, but I call it Tatcha, which I'm hoping you can see. So this is meant to be really lightweight, really water-like. It is a cream, but as you put it into your skin, it becomes quite watery, very lightweight, and it's meant to minimise pores and also give you some moisture. So I've been using this for quite a while, and I don't think I noticed how much I liked it until I went on holiday and wasn't using it and noticed how my skin was like, I don't have massive pores, but since I haven't been using it, you can really see a lot more uneven, not very smooth, very pory skin. So I actually think that's done me a favour, because now I've not used it, I've sort of realised the benefit of it. So we'll be using that today. And then I have been using, for I think it was just over 6 months, this. And you can see there's not much left. Before that I was using the bamboo serum by them. But I just wanted to try a different one. I did really like the bamboo one, and to be honest, I think I will probably go back to the bamboo one unless I find another serum I prefer. But on the aeroplane EasyJet there was an offer for Glow Hub, and there was a moisturiser which is very strange. It's not a moisturiser as I would think it would be. It's a bit like sticky jelly. It's very strange, but this is the serum, and I'm actually quite liking this a lot. And using this with the moisturiser that's a bit sticky works well. I wouldn't use their moisturiser alone. I feel like you do need something like this with it. And I quite liked it. It kept my skin hydrated in the sun, and it was hot when we were away. So that was a plus, but it just wasn't with my pores and things like that. And I mean, I'm still quite young, but I've had a kid, and once you have a kid, everything changes. Your hair changes, your skin changes, your body changes. So I just need a little bit more for my skincare than I did beforehand. And this is lovely, but if you want a bit more kick, moisturiser wise, I'm liking what I'm using. But I am going to try this, because as much as I do like the normal serums I use, I want to give this a bit more of a go, because it's a UK brand and I am desperately trying to stick with UK, or at least independent. So yeah, so I'm going to put this on first because I'm all cleansed. Bear with me, because it's probably not going to be a pretty spritz, because it, you know, stuff squirting in your face is going to make you pull funny faces. So here we go. Right, I do put a lot on. I like it to get everywhere. Like over here is not wet. Yeah, this isn't gonna last me long. I think half of it's gone on my arms and my legs. I'm wearing shorts, so that's good. But you know what the weird thing is? I really like the smell of it, and I think it's because it's infused with peach and coconut. Oh, and hyaluronic acid. I didn't know that. But you get the peachy sweetness, but it's not overpowering, and then you get that little coconut freshness. So that is quite nice. But you don't, like, I've just gone to rub it in because that's just a habit, but it's actually gone into my skin quite quickly, which I'm quite surprised at. But I've not noticed that before. But it's because I'm like talking and doing. So I like this, and I'm going to keep trying this. I can't give a full review on it because I need to try it. You need to keep trying it for a little while to really see how it's going, but I've been quite happy with it. Anyway, that's that. So after I do my serum, I do my moisturizer, which is this. The only thing I have just noticed is this says it only lasts for 6 months, and that's coming up pretty soon. So I'm not particularly happy about that. You really don't need much. Like, I've just skimmed the top of the lid. I rub it around my fingers like this, warm it up, loosen it, and then I just dab it. And then circular motions. And you should be doing it circular upward motions. And I know that, but sometimes you're just more focused on getting what you want done. And I do like to do a little bit on my neck, which I actually didn't quite put enough on for that. Not that I need it, I like to feel that my whole face has had a good old... Sorry, my mirror's over here. My computer's over here where I don't know what you call it. Mirroring? Sharing? I don't know. I am good with tech, but I've not done this sort of having my phone on my computer and videoing. This is all new to me. You have to bear with me. So my camera is here, which is my phone. Here, that's my laptop, and here is my mirror. So I am looking all over the place. Try to do the best I can. Also, I've only just put my son to bed, and it's light enough, but it's going to start going dark. So I've planted my... I will show you guys because it's silly, but I've got this really cool egg light, and my dad had it. And I remember he got it in his house. He'd been in his house like a year, and he was still getting cool stuff and still excited. And he got this like egg lamp, and I really liked it. And I didn't really realise I'd made such a big deal about it, but I obviously did, because for, I think it was Christmas, he brought me the same light. And I've taken it everywhere with me, and I've moved like 3 times? 4 times? Yeah, so the egg light is going to be my white hue light when it gets dark. But I will show you that at the end of the video. I don't know if any of you care, but I don't know, it's one of my silly little stories I quite like. And when I have it in my room and I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, I remember that. I like my egg lamp, it's special. Because that's the sort of person I am. If you haven't noticed, I have a Beauty Moon fluffy hairband, because I love Beauty Moon. I love Beauty Moon, I love VE Cosmetics. I'm falling in love with Made by Michael. Is it Michael or Mitchell? Mitchell. Don't tell him I said that. I really don't want to offend him. I think he's really cool. Made by Mitchell, which I've heard about it a lot, and I was just not interested at all. And then I was like, oh, but it's UK, and he seems quite interesting, quite a nice guy. Maybe I should give it a go. And what pushed me was the EasyJet flight I went on holiday. I'm really sorry, I'm not rubbing it in. I have been on holiday. I don't go on a huge amount of holidays, but for anyone that hasn't been on holiday yet, you're going to hate me for saying it so much, but I promise you this is probably the only video that will mention it a load. But this was on the EasyJet flight. There were 2 blushes and a sponge. I like the sponge. I haven't used it yet because I know I'm going to like it. It's the right shape, it's the right firmness, it's the right texture, it's got the right buoyancy, and it's just crafted the way you want it. I'm very excited. But I think I'll do like a full Made by Mitchell look using everything. I have a couple of his brushes as well, but I do want to get all of them, and I want to get the travel cases, and I want to get the face paint palettes, and the list is endless. I'm not affiliated with them. I really want to be, and I have applied. I don't think I'll get it because I know I have a great following, but I don't have a huge amount of numbers. So I don't know if we'd be interested. Anyway, we've gone off subject. I will do that a lot. I am dyslexic, I have ADHD. If you want to know anything more about me, I've got type 1 diabetes. I'm a stress head, I have anxiety. But I do have the attitude of, well, what's the point? Just get on with it. You know, yeah, I'll get anxious, but I'll do it. I just feel like it doesn't really matter what people think, because everyone's got their opinions, and you're not going to please everyone. So as long as you're not doing anything to purposely hurt people or be vicious or anything like that, as long as you're just being you and it's not harming anyone, I think people should just be left to be. I think it takes all sorts to make the world, and I think if we were all the same, it'd be really boring. And the queues for things would be really long because you'd all want the same things. So I like that we're all different. And I like talking to people that are different to me and having different views. And sometimes they'll say something and I'll be like, actually, yeah, that's interesting. So, yeah, I'm weird, I'm scatty, and I will jump from eyeshadow to skincare. I'll be all over the place. I will try to edit it to make it a little bit smoother for you guys. It might be hard to follow. Let me know if it is, because I will edit it more in future and so on. Anyway, so skincare. I've done my serum, I've done my face cream, I cleansed right at the beginning. So now it's quite basic. If I'm in a rush, that's all I'll do for skincare, and then I'll put a primer on. But I do really like Skin Hero. Now, I don't know what it is about it that I like. I don't think it majorly minimalizes my pores. I don't think it majorly does anything astronomical, but it just does something I like. It dulls down a little bit of the redness. It sort of balances out my skin. It gives me a nice base. But I have tried to take pictures of me before and after, and I literally just use one pump. So before I've used it and after I've used it, and I haven't actually seen much of a difference in the camera. But I wonder if you'll all notice it. I don't think you can really see, but actually I am a bit red at the moment. So I can see here, it has died down my redness. Like I've got little red bits all around here at the moment. But it just does something. I think it helps with my pores. I don't know. You'll have to tell me if you notice any difference, but it does something that makes me happy. So I use that a lot. I probably, even when if I'm being crazy lazy, and this is like a really odd occasion, I will just shove this on. I won't do serum, I won't do moisturiser. If I'm going to drop my son off at school and I just need something that makes me look a little less dead, I will pop this on. But then the same could be said for the Dull 10. I thought I got everything out. I tried to be really organised. I really did. I obviously haven't got it out. But I do use... You're going to hear a lot of crashing and banging now. Ah, damn it. I'll have to add it in, or I'll just do a post about it. It's a Dull 10, it's a tinted serum, it's in a pink frosted bottle, and I use that a lot on holiday. I have posted about it. I really like that for holidays and for lightweight wear, because it doesn't give me a huge amount of colour, but it helps my under eyes, which in this video doesn't actually look too bad, but I think that's because I've got direct light. But look, if I do that, you can see I do have quite a lot of, you know, I'm a mum, I don't sleep, and even when I do sleep, I'm exhausted because my toddler does not stop. I love him, he is fabulous, he has a huge personality, but he doesn't stop, and kids. So having a skincare product that's lightweight, got benefits for your skin in there, but also gives you a bit of a tint and a lift. So if you just want to quickly splat something on your face so you don't look red and puffy and tired, is very useful. Again, it's a shame because it's not a UK brand, but I will keep an eye out for some UK brands. Okay. Again, I have diverted. So that's pretty much my skincare. The only other thing is I use sometimes one primer, sometimes I mix two together, and it really depends on my mood. I use Pink Prime and Care quite a lot, but I also use the Witchcraft by VE Cosmetics Beyond the Veil primer. I haven't used a huge amount of this because I haven't had it very long, whereas this I've had quite a few months, and I think there's probably half a tube left, but you don't need a lot. I do love this primer, and I love this primer, and that's why sometimes I mix them together. But if I have time, if I'm going on a night out and I want my skincare to stay, and I want to know my face is going to be plump and glowy and it's going to stick my makeup on it like super glue, like, and I mean it, I mean super glue, I know it won't work for everyone because everyone's got different skin, different responses to things, but if I have the time and I need a proper, well, it's not just a proper skincare, sometimes it's just proper primer, proper boost, I will use the Relax Sweet Demon Corpse Paint Face Masks. So it is a skincare product. It is really lovely. It's very cooling. There's a lot of, I don't know, serum moisturizer on the product. There is a lot, like they are generous. So when you put it on your face, it is smothered. And once I put it on my face and I've left it there for a little while, I also do a little bit of I rub it. Sort of do that every, I don't know, a couple of minutes. Try and keep boosting the circulation and working it in. It says to 10 to 20 minutes. Yeah, I probably leave it on for about 20 minutes, but it's only because I enjoy it. I like how it feels and I like how it looks, and my son finds it quite funny. So I do use that quite a lot. But again, you don't always have 20 minutes to just sit around with a face mask on. But if you do and you need that proper staying power, I do a lot of giveaways. And I will always put 1 or 2 of these in a giveaway because they are worth trying. And I like VE. So, but today I'm going to go for the VE Cosmetics primer because I've been on holiday. I should do a thing that whoever guesses the correct amount of times that I've actually said holiday in this video gets the giveaway. But I'll have a think. Maybe I'll do that, maybe I won't. But I like this, but this one's the one without silicone. I'm not against silicone. I just don't want anything more clogging my pores. So I don't tend to use it, but that's just my preference. I used to use that years ago, and I mean like years, like, I don't know, probably 20 or maybe 19. I used to use Benefit, and I had that Professional. And I did used to use that, but I did find, yes, God, it made my skin look smooth. I didn't find it helped with keeping my makeup on at all. But I would break out if I used it more than just once in a blue moon. So I don't use things with silicone if I can avoid it. And if it does have silicone, I try and use products that have less in it. Anyway, waffling. I probably need to put these all in order so that I can do a list in my little things, you know what I've used. So that's all of that. That's just my base. It's all my base. And it's great. But I'm having a dilemma. I don't know whether to do full-on foundation or whether to do my Laura Geller quick foundation, to be honest. Apparently my phone's overheating, sorry. It shouldn't be. Don't you love phones? It has been 20 minutes of me doing this, and the video probably needs to be 10 minutes, so there's gonna be a lot of stuff chopped out. In that case, I think we're gonna focus on, it's really hard, there's a lot of makeup I love, and this is my first proper day home playing with makeup, and I want to put it all on my face, all of it. And I know that's not possible, but I have really missed having all my makeup. I am tempted to show you, but it's all in boxes, so it's not easy to see. I will do a here's all my makeup all out on the bed video if you're interested, because honest to God, I use it all. If I don't use something, I give it to my sister, or I give it to my mum, or I give it to my cousin, because I don't see the point. If I don't use it and I'm not grabbing it enough, if I haven't grabbed it for a month, unless there's a really good reason, like, oh, that's my when I go dancing eyeliner, which to me is just whenever I fancy wearing the eyeliner. I sort of wear crazy colours no matter what I'm doing. I've done an eye look before for Instagram, and it's been like proper bold, and I've literally walked down to Co-op and people have been like, whoa. And I live in like a little village, like it's a town, but it's a villagey feel. It's, yeah, people were a bit confused. They're not used to people doing that. They're used to people just fitting in. So that was fun. But yeah, I don't care. If I want to wear, I want to wear, and it don't matter. So that's my craziness. I am going to go straight in and talk about concealer because I'm still mulling over what foundation. So I have always struggled with concealer, big time. My eyes are quite inset, and they are quite dark. I am struggling to show you because you can sort of see if I look down because of that really lovely sunshine. They actually don't look as bad as they are usually. If they were bad, I wouldn't be talking this much without makeup on. So I have had to go for Light Sand in the VE Cosmetics because it is the only concealer I have ever used that actually covers my dark circles. And I have, like, oh, you probably can see, I have a little vein here, and I have a tiddly tiny vein over here on my actual under eyes. I struggled to cover them because they are quite dark bluey. I was going to say greeny, but no, they definitely are bluey. Bluey veins, I know I don't like them. And they're inset, so they're dark anyway. Even if I don't have bags, they're dark. And you can see they're quite pinky. They aren't puffy today, which, Lord, I don't know why they're not, because they have been puffy a lot lately. I did originally go for, I keep putting things on my nose. I think it's because I know if it's near my nose you can see it. I had a lighter shade. I had, which even though it was too light for me, I still used it a lot because it covered so well, and I was like, I don't care if it's really pale because it covers my under eyes and at least I look alive. Yeah, so I used to use Fair Warm. Come on, you can do it. Focus, he's a good boy. Come on. You'll just have to take my word for it. Oh, there you go. Fair Warm. But I have now brought Light Sand. And it is probably the right shade, because I am pale, but I wasn't that pale, which is a shame. I think the only other person who this would work for is my sister Rosie, because she is slightly paler than me, but she won't like how full coverage it is because she doesn't really wear makeup. So I'm questioning whether I should do my under eyes, but I desperately want to get this bit of the video done. And if all I get done today is showing you my skincare and the concealer, I'll be happy. So you can see I have put a very, hello camera, very tiny amount. There isn't much on there at all because you do not need a lot. I cannot stress this enough. You do not need a lot of this concealer. This concealer goes incredibly far and covers incredibly well. The tube will last you easily a year because it might last longer. I don't think you're meant to let it last longer. I'll have to check with the lady. I don't actually know what the lady's name is who does VE Cosmetics. I talk to her a lot. I like her. She's fabulous. And she does amazing products. But I don't know what her name is. But she will tell me and I'll put it in the comments. So I'll do this eye. And then I will show you. So I might be out of camera. Yeah, that is a much better colour. Oh, I haven't actually tested this colour out yet, so. And to be honest, I do usually do my foundation first, but I really wanted to get the full impact of this. Doesn't take a lot to settle it in. I may have underestimated the amount I needed for this. I just know what it's like if you put too much. And also, I think I left it out in the air because I was waffling, which isn't great. You should never really do that. You should just use it, get it out, get it on your face. I'm filming because my partner is out, and I don't like doing any filming when he's in because I feel really, I don't know, I feel like he's listening and laughing. Not in like a nasty way, in a like, oh, what's she talking about? She's waffling. Oh, he's waffling on her video, as they do. And I can't be natural and normal because I'm paranoid that he's thinking I'm being a knob. Okay, so that got better. It's really hard to do this. I usually just get on with it and do it in the mirror, so I'm really struggling. But I mean, even from that, look how bright that is. I mean, if that doesn't set it to you, I don't know what will, but you need to trust me. I am a harsh critic when it comes to concealer. And I think she's actually going to stop doing these concealers because not many people are using them. And that might just be because they're like, oh, well, if Dior can't make a good enough concealer for me, then there's no way these guys can. I have tried Dior. I have tried every one of Dior's concealers. I have tried Charlotte Tilbury. I have tried Clinique. I have tried Clarins. I have tried the Maybelline one that everyone raves about. None of them do it. None of them do it for me. None of them cover it the way I want it to be covered. And it's just completely pointless. This concealer is the only concealer I have ever been happy with. Like, properly happy. So please buy it so she doesn't stop doing them, because if she stops doing them, I will be really miserable. And I cannot stress this enough. I will be really miserable and I will blame you all. You have been warned. I've told you and I've showed you. It's worth trying. She is low on colours, not on all colours, but on a few colours, because again, there's not been a huge take up, so she's not been restocking them. So if we all start buying it, she'll restock them and do them again. And I will be happy and you will be happy. Because I promise you, I will mention it all the time if we don't get this concealer sorted. If she stops doing them and you don't buy them, I'll moan. I'll moan about every concealer I use. I do, with any excess, I put it under my brows, as you can see, which I'm sure there's lots of makeup artists who are wincing as I do this, but I just do. It's just what I do. Oh, computer nearly died. Look at that. Look at that. That's much better. Again, you can see that I'm inset. Well, that's just my eyes. There's nothing I can do about that. Even if I did Botox, I think it would just make my face look fat.